Hello and welcome back to Leeds Lately for the live watch along of Leeds United versus Rotherham United at the New York Stadium in Rotherham. And this one coming after the international break, it's a chance for Leeds to get 3 more points on the board and close the gap a little bit more on Leicester and Ipswich before we even start. Before they even play, this weekend. So it's a big chance for us to psychologically improve our situation and put the pressure on a little bit for those teams to try and stay further ahead of us and keep that 8-point gap between us and Leicester. Already got a couple of people in the chat. Goalie versus striker go on Leeds. Liam B saying, hi Max, Leeds to win 4-0. We need to smash a team. 2 goals for Somerville, then a Bamford and a debut goal for Archie. I hope so. I really, really hope so. Penny Lane saying, hi Max. Hiya. Welcome Ryan Tune. Welcome Lloydis. Welcome Render. Looking forward to this one. It's been nice to, it's been nice. It's not been nice not having any Leeds football, so it will be nice to come back and be able to watch Leeds United play again. So I'm very excited for tonight. Michael Brown, evening mate, evening. Ryan, I don't really need a mod at the moment, just because we don't get enough people really where it's just the chat's pinging off constantly. Any chance you could up the volume a little bit? Is that any better? That should be a bit better, I would have thought. Right, I've turned the gain up a little bit on my microphone, but it may be something at your end, Robert. I think it may be something at your end because mine seems to be a pretty decent volume. Let me just check. Yeah, the levels are okay in my my streaming software and stuff, so yeah, it might be on your end. Martin Cook saying, hey Max, nerves are kicking in. Well, do you know what? We should win this game, shouldn't we? And that's why it makes us a little bit nervous, but let's see what happens in the opening sort of 10 minutes or so. See if we start fast, and if we start fast, I think we've got the winning of this game. And if we don't, then maybe we've got something to worry about. But let's try not to get nervous until we see how we start. Paul Lucas saying we should all be confident with this one, shouldn't we? With a face, yes, we should be confident, but you just never know, do you? So let's, like I said about Martin's comment as well, let's just see how we start. Liam B saying looking forward to a great game. Yeah, me too. Hopefully Leeds come out the blocks flying. Lloydis, Max, you okay? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, everybody, can everybody hear me? Just checking. Timmy Leeds saying love this watch along because it's niche. What do you mean because it's niche? Do you mean because nobody watches it? Oh, hi Karen, welcome to the chat as well. What scoreline am I hoping for? Render is saying I'm hoping for 2 or 3-0. Just a nice easy 2 or 3-0. Get back to a clean sheet again. That would be lovely. We definitely need an early goal. Liam B saying yeah, agreed. And James Tyree saying glad football is back. Now we've got a little bit of a lull in the comments coming in. Let's have a look at tonight's lineup. Melier in goal, Gray at right back, Rodon, Cooper and Firpo fills in at left back. Then Ampadu, Kamara, James, Piru, Somerville and Jorginho are the attacking players. So the only real change from the last game is that Firpo comes in for Byram, and Byram is on the bench, obviously not deemed fit enough to start this one, and it's probably sensible to rest him. I just hope that Firpo comes in and does a good job, which obviously is not a guaranteed, but let's hope he has a good game tonight and starts his sort of redemption arc. Do you think it's wise to play Nonto over James in order to keep him happy and play down transfer talk away from Leeds? James on the bench won't cause any problems for Leeds. Yeah, but then I think you kind of just have to play your best team if everybody's fit. And I think if everybody's fit at the moment, the best team includes Dan James. And if that means that Nonto's going to have to go in January, then fine, we'll just find a replacement. I'm not in the business of pandering to players to try and keep them. I think the club should decide whether they stay or go. And if they decide to go, then get somebody else in competent enough to replace them, I think. Render saying 3-0. I'd take that, thinking the same. Thank God no international football till March. Yeah, and December's going to be action-packed, isn't it? There will be so many games, and I'll be live for all of them. Well, I can't say all of them because maybe not, but most of them I'll be live, and then you'll get watch-alongs, you'll get match reactions. There'll be plenty more content this month, so that brings me on nicely. Hit that sub button. Yeah, if you find that you can't put anything in the chat down below, it's because you haven't hit the subscribe button. So if you hit that, you'll be able to chat down below as well. Just before we kick off and everything, we've still got like 3 minutes to kick off, but I just wanted to put it out there, and I will remind people again once the game's kicked off. If a goal goes in at either end, please don't say it in the chat until I've reacted to it, because I won't have seen it. There's not that much of a delay. I won't have seen it. Oh, I can see Lee Peltier here for them, which obviously he used to play for Leeds. Players are just heading out onto the pitch now. John Crawford saying, hi, pal, hope you're well. Yeah, I'm good, thanks, John. Hope you are too. John, LUFC Garside, got 22-1, Leeds to win by 3 or more, and Somerville and James to score worth a fiver. Render saying, James been on top form for us. Can't believe Wales left him out. Yeah, I don't know. He's been in good form for Wales as well, to be fair, hasn't he? And James Tyree saying you have to, going back to what Michael was talking about with Nonto, you have to do what's best for the team, not an individual player, which I would agree with. Matthew Ferrugia saying, good eye, Max. Glad Rute's fit enough. Spence won't be far away now. I reckon we got this. Somerville to destroy Peltier. Yeah, I think it's sensible to keep, what's his face? Jed Spence to one side until he's totally ready to play, rather than rushing him back. But yeah, I think we've got enough to get over the line today. I mean, there's only one or two of these players I've even heard of. So, I mean, I shouldn't say that, should I? Because it'll come back and bite me on the behind. But Karen saying what I was saying a little bit earlier on about we need to start fast and get an early goal. Leeds lineup is on the Sky Sports stream right now, so I'll just put it on ours as well, so you can have a look at that. We've already talked through it, but yes, that is Lee Peltier, yeah. Duncan Hamilton, let's start hope for a fast start. I think everybody's realising now that we need to have that sort of fast start to be able to do anything in these games. Also, I won't mention it all the time during the live stream, but if you do want 10% off classic football shirts, then use my link in the description and you'll be able to get the 10% off there by using Leeds Lately 10 at checkout. There's plenty of cool Leeds shirts on there from back in the day, so give them a look. Even if you don't buy anything, just go and have a little look on there, because there's loads of cool Leeds shirts. Jesus, isn't he like 50? How old is Lee Peltier? Oh, bloody Don Goodman again. Lee Peltier is 36 years old. I don't think Jed Spence is on the bench, is he? Someone just let me know whether he's on the bench. I don't think he is. Concerned about Firpo playing. Plymouth goal came up Firpo's flank by not tracking back and Cooper having to cover. Yeah, the thing is, I think if Strauch's on that side, it's not as much of an issue. But I think just with the slowness of Cooper as well, it could be a little bit of an issue. Just get ready to. I'll just get ready to put the timer on the screen. Lloydis, hey Max, you okay, man? Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Hope everybody else is well as well. Hope everybody's had a good international break and they're excited to get back and watch some championship action. No, Spence isn't on the bench now. Right. I thought he wasn't, but then someone said something that made me think he might have been. Players just getting up now and getting ready to take the kick off. Rotherham to take the kick. And we are underway here at the New York Stadium. The long ball forward, and it's headed away up the wing towards Jorginho, who tries to keep it in and then is kicked. And it's going to actually be, I don't know if it's a free kick or... yeah, I think it's actually going to be a bit of a free kick there, and Firpo's just going to take it backwards and it's going to go back to Cooper. Yeah, I'm fine, Lloydis. Yeah, absolutely fine. Thanks, mate. He's back in team training. That's why. Ah, right. Okay, good shout. Yeah, so that's what I mean about just leaving him until we know that he's totally fit. Rode on with the ball out to the right-hand side where Dan James can cut inside. Gone past a couple of men and then played it into the feet of Somerville. Somerville's done well to keep that ball, but then he's been fouled. Leeds have a free kick then in just about halfway inside the Rotherham half. Oh, you can hear his Leeds fans, of course. Yeah, always is, isn't it? Welcome, Jeff. Welcome. Always nice to have you. Dan James down the right-hand side looking for an option. Good ball into the box, and Pirro with an early chance there. Little bit of a sighter. Sorry, Piru, not Pirro. Dan James, lovely little burst of pace down the right-hand side, and then gets the ball into the box, and Piru just gets underneath it and he heads it over the bar there when really he should have done better. The Rotherham defenders weren't really even challenging him for that, so he could have potentially done a lot better then and headed it towards goal. Long ball forward from the Rotherham goalkeeper that we were actually linked with in the summer. Obviously went for Darlow instead. Ball on the right-hand side with Rotherham by the corner flag, and they tried to chip the ball in. Meslier punches it away, but only as far as the edge of the box, and then Cooper can clear that one. And Georgie chases it down, but it's cleared, and then back to Kamara again. And Kamara, nice little ball inside to Jorginho. Oh, nutmegs his man. Excellent touch there. And then Somerville accidentally gives it away, and now Rotherham have the ball back again. It's going to be I think that's going to be a Leeds throw. Should have been a Leeds throw-in, but I think it's actually going to be a Rotherham throw-in there. Apparently, Onyedinma for them is with the sort of braids to like here on his head. He's apparently one of their danger men, good at dribbling and carrying the ball. Has the most shots for them this season. He's on the ball now, cuts inside and then tackled by a Leeds player, and then back again by a Rotherham player who hopefully puts it into the box. Now Archie Gray can clear. Long ball down the line from Archie Gray. Headed away. It's been a bit scrappy so far, really, this game. Archie Gray with the ball again, and Piru. Back to Cooper. Then out wide to Firpo. Firpo's going to have to go all the way back to Meslier now here, under a bit of pressure. Now Rodon carries the ball out a little bit, taking on that mantle of ball carrier and passer out from the back now that Strauch's out with his hernia operation. Rodon across to Cooper. Leeds need to just get a little bit of a foot on the ball, just calm things down a little bit and try and string some passes together, because so far it's been a little bit scrappy and a little bit bitty, and a lot of the passes have been intercepted. But we've had a few good little chances to get the ball in the box and done well when we've done so. So we just need to keep at that, and I think as long as we've got men in the box, we've always got a chance, given the strikers or the attackers that we have. Dan James now cuts inside, looking to get an option, but then has to go back to Archie Gray and then back to Ampadu, I think it was there. I couldn't tell who it was there. Ampadu looking forward for options to Dan James. Rotherham trying to play their way out of danger here. The goalkeeper with the ball. Sends a long one over the halfway line. Headed back by Cooper, and then Kamara's challenged by Rathbone, and now Rathbone goes past him down the right-hand side, looking for an option, tries to put the ball into the box, and Cooper's blocked it, but it's only gone to a Rotherham player, and then Leeds are able to escape here through Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu with a nice little pass. Oh, Ruter's little flick towards Pirro wasn't quite good enough. My forecast is 2-1. Jeff is saying last 3 out of 4 results correct. Well, let's hope you're right again then, because that would mean another 3 points, and that can't hurt. Ampadu now. Looking for options, but Rotherham are playing quite a high line, but are quite compact with it, so it's going to be difficult to break them down. But if we can get a runner in behind, then they may be vulnerable. Dan James just loses out there, and then Glenn Kamara wins that one back for Leeds. Penny Lane saying we need an early goal. Yeah, it would be lovely, wouldn't it? It would just settle things down nicely. Kamara now. Oh, Jorginho with a lovely ball, and now Somerville cuts inside the box. Shoots! 1-0! What a goal! 1-0 already. What did we say about an early goal? Penny Lane called it. What a goal that is. We are so good. Jorginho with a lovely pass to Somerville. Somerville cuts across the box, curls it into the bottom right-hand corner from the left-hand side. Lovely. There was a hint of offside, but I don't think it was in the end. No, he wasn't. He was actually onside, played onside by Morrison, I think it is, at the back. And then Somerville cuts across the box and then just curls it right in the bottom corner. He couldn't have put that anywhere else. It was right by the bottom of the right-hand post, but just inside it. And that's the only place that the goalkeeper couldn't save it. Excellent finish. Excellent goal. 1-0 Leeds. Really good pass, yeah, from Georgie. Really good pass. Six goals and 4 assists in eight championship games for Somerville. Sorry, John. See, we should be a little bit more settled now, and now you'd like to think that because we've scored one, we might go on and score a few more as they try to come out a bit and score. Michael, copy and paste that comment again at half time, and we'll talk about Archie Gray and stuff. But just whilst the game's going on, we'll just stick to the game. But we will talk about that a bit later on. When scoring first this season, Leeds games 7, wins 7. So we seem to be decent when we go ahead. Rodon with a lovely ball out wide to Dan James. Dan James looking for an option, and Archie Gray is that option. Goes back to Rodon. Then back to Meslier, who's come out to the edge of his box to receive, and then goes out wide again to Archie Gray. Meslier to Cooper. Cooper carries the ball out. Gives it to Firpo. Firpo back to Cooper. Yeah, if you're watching this game, you'll notice how Archie Gray is... Ooh, Dan James had the ball taken off him there, and the player's going to have to go all the way back to the Swedish goalkeeper for Rotherham. You'll notice that Archie Gray is nowhere near as high and wide as what Firpo is, and Firpo tends to be almost playing as a left midfielder a lot of the time, and it's just something to keep an eye on, whether that's been done on purpose or whether Firpo's just not great with his positioning. Here he is, Firpo winning a header. He was in a good position then, to be fair to him. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Now Somerville picks up the ball again. Somerville cuts inside, looking for options. He's got Pirro and Rutter ahead of him. This time Rutter is looking forwards, and he's carried. He's been adjudged to be offside there. Is this now going to be the hiding we've been threatening to give out this season? I don't know, because that was Huddersfield, wasn't it? And then we stopped. Jeff Sanning saying, "Hey Max, hope you're well." Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Hope you're well too. What a class goal that was. Yeah, excellent. Really good goal. I'm really happy with that one. Well, I'm happy with any goal, but that was just lovely to watch, wasn't it? Lovely bit of football. I really hope Burnley and Sheffield United don't make January bids for Somerville. I don't worry about Everton as they're likely to be cash strapped with impending clubs suing them. Yeah, I just think I don't know, because for me, if you go to Sheffield United or Burnley, there's a very good chance you just come straight back down again. So it's like, what's the point of just going to the Premier League, for half a season to get relegated again, and then you're in the exact same situation. Whereas you're in a team where you're performing every week, and at such a young age, he's only increasing his stock by playing for Leeds in the Championship. So here is on your Dimmer that we mentioned earlier, up against Firpo. He's nutmegged Firpo, and then Ethan Ampadu comes across and does really well to cover there. Little back heel to Kamara. Kamara to Ampadu again. Leeds need to actually just get rid of the ball here, I think. Ethan Ampadu did a bit of an ailing flop then. I think it probably was a foul, but from Rathbone, but Leeds get the foul, and they can play themselves out of danger here. Cooper. Poor pass to Rodon, but Rodon's had to chase it, and he's got there and given it to Dan James. Nice little flick by Pirro there, and Dan James nearly gets there, but good defending from Rotherham there. Ball back to the goalkeeper, and then he sends it long. And then Rodon can win that challenge, and then Ampadu taps it nicely back to Meslier, and Leeds can start again here. So 12 minutes in here, and we're 1-0 up and dominating the game already. It seems to be the pattern of the game is emerging now, and Leeds are dominating as you would expect, but it'd be nice to get a second one just to try and kill the hope of Rotherham, really. Archie Gray, his pass is deflected out, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in just inside the Rotherham half. 79 people in the chat now. If you could just, if you aren't already, then hit that big red button and hit that like button as well, because we've only got 26 likes, but we've got 79 people in the chat, so let's get that up a bit. Ampadu now, back to Cooper. For anybody who missed it as well, lineup is there for you. Archie Gray does well there. Now Pirro. Pirro tries to get through. Does really well to get a ball out to Jorginho. Jorginho looking for options. Goes to Glenn Kamara. Glenn Kamara turns on it in the midfield and looks for a pass. It's Firpo out wide with it now. Nice little 1-2, or he went for the 1-2 with Somerville, but Somerville went back to Kamara instead. Now Somerville looking for options, tries a reverse pass into the box where Peru was waiting for it, but it just deflected away, and Leeds can pick the ball back up with Ampadu on the halfway line. Ampadu to Kamara. Kamara to Archie Gray. Archie Gray to Rodon. Back to Ampadu. Back to Kamara. Ampadu tries to play a long ball over the top to Dan James, but not quite good enough to get to him, and it goes all the way through to the goalkeeper. So far, the first 14 minutes, 75% possession to Leeds, 25% to Rotherham, obviously, the only other team on the pitch. Ball out wide then for Rotherham on the left-hand side. Not many options here for the Rotherham players. They're kind of looking a little bit hopeless, but that's a good pass actually towards Rathbone. But he's actually offside, so it's going to be a Leeds free kick just inside the Leeds United penalty area. Meslier is going to put this one down and just take it straight to Rodon. Robert King saying if we can get a comfortable lead, I'd like to see a decent spell for Gruev to get a look at him. Yeah, that's a good shout to be fair, but let's get ahead first and then we can do that. I'd like to see whether he's any good, because unfortunately for him, it was kind of a baptism of fire as Stoke away as his first game on a weeknight. Wasn't great, and I think he's got a lot more to offer than that. He's done well when he's come on late in games to just shut up shop and to close things down and to break things up. But it'd be interesting to see him employed in his actual role as a holding midfield or and number 8. Loose pass there from Cooper, and Rotherham can step up a little bit. Well, actually, sorry, it was a combination of a loose pass from Cooper and a bad touch from Rodon. Shouldn't put it all on Cooper. Kamara into Firpo. Firpo back to Kamara. Kamara pokes it back to Cooper after a few Rotherham players tried to press him there, and then Rodon can go forward with it and give it to Archie Gray. Back to Rodon. Then Kamara. Then Ampadu, and then back to Rodon as well. Leeds are just playing it around with the back here, and Rotherham are trying to press a little bit, but just force Leeds into a corner, but they're then sitting off it as well at different times, like now, but they've just won the ball back, and then it's going to be a Leeds throw-in after one of their players heads it out. Firpo, back to Cooper. It's going to go across to Rodon. Come on, Leeds, build up a little bit here. We've just been playing around at the back a lot recently. Archie Gray tries to play a long ball down the line towards Dan James, but Piru wins the ball back though. Piru does really well to win the ball back there. Now gives it back. Ampadu with it. Welcome, ASSEAL. Firpo. Somerville. Just on the halfway line looking for an option. Goes across to Rodon. Long ball down the line for Archie Gray, and it's headed out for a throw-in that Leeds can take just outside the Rotherham box. Archie Gray with the throw-in, then he's looking for some options, and he goes backwards to Joe Rodon. Then Cooper. Now Ampadu into Somerville. Somerville turns nicely up against Lee Peltier. Looking for options. He cuts across the box. Being pushed all the way away all the time by Peltier, and then plays a ball across to Gray, and then Dan James tries to put one in the box, and it's blocked by the left back, and it's gone out for a Leeds United throw-in. Taken quickly and taken to Archie Gray, and Leeds are going to go right back to Rodon. All the way back to Melier, and then to Cooper, and then come out the other side. Nope, we're going to go back the way we came, back to Rodon. Into Glenn Kamara, a little pop-off back to Kamara, to Rodon. Dan James, cool, tries to get in through and past a couple of men into the box, and nearly does so, but just tackled, and it's gone straight through to the Rotherham goalkeeper there. Rotherham goalkeeper still hasn't taken his kick. He's just about to leather it, I think. Yeah, right over the halfway line. Won by Cooper. Straight to, I think he's called Morrison at the back for them. Nice little touch by Onyedinma, but Firpo just lets that one run out for a Leeds throw-in. God, that guy looks like Steve Bruce. Tony Stewart, the Rotherham chairman, looks just like Steve Bruce. Long throw into the box there from Rotherham. It comes out to the edge after it's headed away, and then Jorginho can look to get rid of the ball. And it's actually going to be a Rotherham throw in here. Didn't get far with it. Texas Leeds, welcome to the chat. In a little late, but hello from the States. Let's get that win. Yeah, absolutely. Long throw into the box again, and then headed away by Joe Rodon, headed away by Somerville. Onyedinma now with the ball. Firpo does well to get it off him, and then Jorginho trying to get away. And it's actually going to be another Rotherham throw-in the same position, and they've got another chance to put the ball in the box. I think sometimes Jorginho, he plays in the left back or the right back position when he comes back and gets the ball in those situations. He tries to do too much, and I know he's good at dribbling, but sometimes he just needs to get rid of it. Glenn Kamara does really well to get the ball away there. Rotherham player was ready to pounce on that and volley it. Cooper heads that, and the chance for a Leeds United counter-attack here. Ethan Ampadu drives the ball forward. Really good tackle there, to be fair, from the Rotherham player. Really good tackle. Jorginho holding his hip every time he gets up. Hope he doesn't aggravate it. Yeah, to be honest, I think if we score again, maybe one or two more, I think Jorginho comes off a bit later on in this game, and somebody like Nonto will come in, because I just think Farke's not going to want to risk him if he doesn't have to. But obviously he's important in us getting our win. As you can see, he already got an assist. So Archie Gray blocks that one, and it's gone out for a Rotherham throw in. They're taken quickly, and then all the way back to the halfway line. I swear, as soon as I start streaming, where I'm talking so much that my my throat starts to really hurt. Excuse me. Leeds clear the ball away there. Glenn Kamara does really well to get the ball out. Now Cooper. Back to Meslier. Something's happened to my voice, so you'll just have to deal with it, and I will just have to try and deal with it either as well. Archie Gray can't quite take that one under his spell, and ball back with Rotherham. Long ball forward, headed away by Rodon. Picked up by Peru, and then Ampadu back to Firpo. Firpo to Cooper. Cooper to Ampadu. Ampadu across to Kamara. Then Rodon. Ball into Cooper. Then Somerville, and then back to Cooper again. Leeds trying to look for a chance to build up here. Kamara picks it up in the right back position. Archie Gray's gone ahead of him. Nice ball into the feet of Peru. Peru tries to look for an option, and that's the same player there, the number 22, with a really excellent tackle for Rotherham. I think he's hurt his shoulder though. You just see Jorginho expecting the pass back there, and actually anticipating it and trying to cut it out, but obviously never went for it. But it's quite a clever move. If it comes off, then he's one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Oh, Leeds United, I'm so delighted. I chose you as my football team. Can hear them singing in the background. Firpo with the throw-in. Back for another throw-in to Firpo. Early morning walk. Where are you, Munchy Toy? I'm guessing you'd be Australia. Firpo. Ball into Rodon, and then Rodon all the way across to Archie Gray. Gray inside to Ampadu. Then across to Cooper. Cooper to Firpo, and then Firpo back to Meslier. Mad that, isn't it? Commentators just said Meslier approaching 150 games for the club, and he's 23. Lower 32nd. Yeah, I hope we score two. Sue. Oh my God, I can't speak. I hope we score soon again. Queensland, yeah, we've got quite a few Australian fans actually, like specifically on this channel as well that watch. I think there's another guy from Queensland as well, to be fair. Now Piru with the ball coming over the halfway line. Nice ball through to Dan James. Dan James going through on goal here. He's inside the box. He blazes it high and wide over the bar. Yeah, with some of the criticism Melier gets, but I think people forget he's so young. 23 is so young for a goalkeeper to have played that many games. Yeah, that was an excellent ball from Piru forward, and then Dan James just, yeah, he just slices at it. But to be fair, it's a really difficult finish to make that one. I think if he goes down when the number 3 comes across his path, he probably gets him a red card, but obviously we don't play dirty like that, but I mean, we are dirty Leeds, aren't we? So cool. Kamara couldn't quite get his pass off then, and it's a good sliding challenge, and then Rotherham get the ball forward. Now Rathbone down the right hand side looking for options. Firpo's with him though, trying to stop him. Glenn Kamara comes back and makes a really good tackle there. It's going to be that long throw again from I think it's Morrison, the centre back. Yes, it is. I have been getting it right. Morrison, the centre back and the captain for Rotherham, is going to take this long throw in into the box now, so hopefully Leeds can deal with it. I'd like to see that Cooper or Rodon just get their head on this and get it away. And it's actually Ampadu who gets it away, does well, and then they've tried to volley it back into the box. It's sliced and then shot and then over the bar from Rotherham. Can't do with that Tool Goodman on commentary. Yeah, so the only obvious area of domination is this possession. They've only actually had one shot on target, but Rotherham have had no shots on target. So I don't know. First game I watched live, Kamara playing well in my view. Yeah, Kamara is really, really shone this season once he's had a few games to settle in. I think he's really, really good in there, and he's so calm and collected on the ball. He barely ever gives it away. Really good signing, to be fair, for the amount we got him for. Oh yeah, and that's what Jeff's saying above that. Kamara has been a great signing, so we all agree. Cooper to Kamara, then back to Cooper again, then into Somerville. Somerville's pass is loose there, and that mistake has allowed Rotherham to come forwards, and apparently I think that was a foul from Leeds, but it's not been given us one. And then Archie Gray can clear it over the halfway line towards Dan James. Dan James has got Bramall on his back, and it's taken off him. He's going to go back to the goalkeeper, who's going to clear it, but he's sliced it, and it's only gone straight up in the air. And then Leeds can pick it up again through Archie Gray, and then cleared again. Now Leeds can pick it back up in their own half with Rodon. Now Rodon again, back to Cooper. Cooper wide to Firpo. Then Kamara, back to Cooper again. And then across to Rodon. Then Ampadu's taken up the right back position. And Kamara. Into Jorginho. Jorginho seems to have been tackled from behind there and fouled, but nothing given, and now Rotherham have the ball back again. And again, it goes back to the goalkeeper with a big long hoof forward. Rodon could just gently head that back to Cooper, and then we start again trying to build up from the back. Joe Rodon. Nice little cut-in line ball through, and then Archie Gray picks it up. Jorginho. Back to Gray. Gray tries to go past his man and loses out. And now Rotherham have the possession back, and they're going to have to go back to the goalkeeper again, I think. And he's going to have to send it long again. It's just hoofball with Rotherham. When they win the ball back, they pass it to the defenders, and when we get the ball back, we pass it to when they get the ball back, they pass it to a defender, then they pass it to the goalkeeper, and then he lumps it up the pitch. Leeds cushion it down and then just play again. It's like, Ampadu does well to go past his man there. Nice little ball into Georgie and his little flick, but then Firpo picks it back up again. Now Firpo tries to get the ball to Somerville. Firpo, surely that was a foul on him then. Now on Dinma. Now Rathbone. Then his little ball through to Onyedinma can just be shepherded out by Liam Cooper for a goal kick. I want us to be more attacking. We are playing too much through our defence. Yeah, the problem is, Liam, though, that we kind of can't play too much through the lines because they are quite compact and it's quite difficult for us to break them down. So when we are playing those little passes forward and backwards, we're surely that was a foul on Glenn Kamara there. We're just looking for those openings, and now there is one because Leeds can break forwards. It's 4 against 4 here. Piru just comes forward, tries to get the ball into Somerville. Somerville in the box. Oh, really good save by the goalkeeper there. Really good counter-attack by Leeds. Now Piru picks it up again. Piru comes towards the box. Now Jorginho to shoot. Good shot through the crowd and just dragged wide of the post there. Decent, though, from Leeds. Much better. Good counter-attack from Piru. He just looked up and saw that there was 3 players ahead of him, and he just took his time to realise that there was nobody closing him down, so he could wait and pick his pass, and he did so. And Somerville did really well to take it with him, actually, to take it in his stride, but he just couldn't squeeze it under the goalkeeper. I think, who was that? Ampadu. I think he's just gone through the back of Nombe, I think he's called. I think it was Ampadu, actually. Yeah, I think Ampadu just put a shoulder in and it's hit Nombe in the face there. Free kick taken, and Onyedinma now has the ball. Leeds with the solid line on the edge of the box, just trying to stop Rotherham being able to get a ball into it. They're still just playing around with the ball, and they're going to have to go back to the halfway line. As they do, every time they pass backwards, Leeds will gain yards. Then when they start to come forward, yeah. The Rotherham fans are just booing their own team there because they had a free kick. They took it. They could have put the ball in the box. They just passed it around to the point where Leeds just slowly forced them back. And you'll notice that if you haven't played football, you might not notice things like this. But it's a very simple thing. But when a team you're playing against passes backwards when they've got the ball, everybody gains a few yards, and then they stop when that person gets the ball and looks up and looks to go forward again. And if they then go backwards, you go up and you gain a few yards until you're at a point where you want to be playing your high line. And you saw that really well there. Leeds just climbed out and climbed out and climbed out. Every time they passed a ball backwards, that's a little trigger to step up a little bit. And they just did it to the point where Rotherham were like, oh God, we've just lost all of those yards that we had up the pitch. I have to just go back to the goalkeeper again. And the fans booed them, the Rotherham fans, because it was as if they just didn't even want to try to try and get the ball in the box or anything. Ampadu with the ball across to Cooper. Cooper with a ball into Jorginho, who does really well to actually get the ball there, but then Rotherham actually managed to pick it back up again. Archie Gray does really well to block that, but it's going to be a corner this time to Rotherham. Rotherham have a corner then. Looks like they're doing a little bit of a train type thing. They've got a player who really looks like Dillian White, the boxer. Now Somerville's stolen the ball though, and Leeds are able to break forward here. We've got Glenn Kamara beyond him. Gives it to Kamara. Kamara shoots. Hits the side netting. Wasn't good decision making from Somerville there. Should have gone early towards Peru, I think. Leeds did really well to get out of that situation, and just the corner was terrible and Leeds just broke. He had chances to get the ball to a teammate there, Somerville, and then when he passed it to Kamara, Kamara's shot is just blasted into the side netting. It was too wide, really, to take that shot, and it just didn't really set up for him, and he just got it wrong there. Somerville's been brilliant, but attacking style, first 16 championship games, Leeds, fast breaks 21 first, goals from fast breaks first, high turnovers first, possession won in final third first. Shows how we're playing football this season. Oh, good foot there from Peru, but the ball goes back to Rotherham and they can send it long again. Good little header there from Cooper. Now Archie Gray, and then back to Cooper, and then back to Meslier. Cooper now with the ball. Then Somerville. Somerville tries to play a ball down the line for Firpo, and Firpo's going to have to get back here. Oh, really good tackle on Dinma there from Crescencio Somerville. I was going to say Junior Somerville then. A combination of the two. Lee Peltier then with a throw-in. The 36-year-old former Leeds player. Long throw-in down the line. Flicked on by Dinma and then cleared by Joe Rodon. Then Dan James with a lovely little ball into Jorginho's feet, and Peru can attack here down the right-hand side. Cuts across the edge of the box, gives the ball to Somerville. Somerville inside the box now. Out to Jorginho out wide. Gets it across the box to Dan James, and his shot is blocked. Really good play there from Leeds. Junior Firpo lets that one run and takes the throw in quickly. Now Jorginho in the corner. Gets a nice little ball into Somerville. Somerville to Dan James. Dan James lets it run all the way through to Kamara, and then Kamara out wide to Archie Gray. Back to Kamara again. Kamara looking to go forwards here. Goes across to Firpo. Firpo to Somerville. This is the difference. Leeds actually actively try to go forwards in these situations. Somerville across the box. Goes, shoots! Oh, it was a shot there. He passed it across to Peru. Tried to have a shot, and it was low and not hard enough, and the keeper was able to get down to it. But promising from Leeds, a little bit more attacking impetus there, trying to go forward every time they could in that situation where they were just being shut out across the box, just trying to open up a gap to shoot. Another long ball forward from the Rotherham goalkeeper. Peru wins that header. Dan James tries to get there and doesn't quite make it, but Archie Gray can go out wide now to Jorginho looking for options. Plays a nice ball down the line. Can't quite get the 1-2 though from Ampadu. Rotherham fans shouting for their team to go forward because they just keep going backwards. Dan James just chasing down the defenders as well, which cannot be a good thing for them. And Purdue just takes that one away from Rotherham, and they just look... They just don't really look like they've got any hope in their attack, do they? They just don't look... I don't know. They just look scared to go forward, and every time they do, they think, "Oh, we're just going to lose the ball and go backwards again." I'm actually starting to feel a bit sorry for Rotherham. I don't know why, but I am, because they just look dejected, and every time they get the ball, it's like, "Oh, let's just go backwards again," because there's no way we're going to be able to get through Leeds. And even if we do, they might counter-attack against us, so that's what we're worried about as well. And it's just like, yeah, it's just when a vastly superior team comes to play against them, they're just forced to just go backwards. And now Leeds have the ball again in an attacking position. Dan James with the ball into the box. It's not cleared well, and Piru just volleys that one over the bar. Come on, Piru. You know, it was his weak foot, but... I mean, it's inviting to hit that, isn't it? I know Somerville wanted the ball back, but for Piru, it's inviting to hit that. I know he's nearly sent it out of the stadium, but could have been an excellent goal. Could have been goal of the season. If he'd have just whacked it in the top corner. Another extremely long goal kick there from Johansson, I think he's called. And Rotherham go all the way back to him again, and he's going to send it long again for the second. He must pick up injuries just with kicking the ball that hard that many times in a game. Somerville tries to flick that one forward, and he's going to have to... the Rotherham defenders are going to have to give it back to the goalkeeper again, who's just sent it long again. Leeds win the header, and then Rotherham win the ball back. Now Peltier tries to clip the ball forwards. And then Cooper's able to head that one, and then Ampadu's able to head it back to Meslier, who can pick it up. And then the difference is that then Meslier will roll the ball out to Cooper here, or to Ampadu. And then Leeds will actually try to play through the lines, whereas Rotherham are just trying to hoof it forward and get the knockdowns. I know it's probably disrespectful to say this, to be fair, but like the managers of teams like Rotherham, like, what do they actually coach them? Because anyone off the street could coach them to just hoof the ball forwards, and Somerville's just been kicked from behind there. It's going to be a free kick. Anyone off the street could just coach them to just get the goalkeeper to hoof it forward and try and get the knockdowns every time. So I don't understand what he's actually like. What is his job? Because it's not as if he's actually got an identity or an idea of what he wants his team to play like, or it doesn't certainly seem like that. Ampadu all the way back to Meslier, and then back to Cooper again. Ampadu again to Cooper, and then Cooper to Kamara, who's taken up almost a left-back position, who can play it back across to Ampadu, and then back to Rodon, his compatriot. Now Gray into Dan James. Dan James cuts inside, gives the ball to Piru. Piru to Archie Gray again. Archie Gray goes back to Ampadu. It's weird how we've got 3 Welsh players in our starting lineup and only one of them has actually got a Welsh accent. And a Scotsman with a Yorkshire accent as well. Well, he's not really a Scotsman, is he? But a Scottish national team player. Oh, honestly, Glenn Kamara's feet are so good. Good ball forward there, and the number 29 is in on down the right-hand side here. Now Rathbone tries to get it in the box, and Kamara is able to block that one, and then the I was going to say the move breaks down, but it doesn't quite. And they're in the box and they've shot and they've scored. Honestly. And it's the guy who looks just like Dillian White. God, it was giving the ball away, and then Cooper is just not fast enough to get to that ball. Kamara deflects it, goes straight back to a Rotherham player, and then a combination of mistakes from all of the players. God, we've been so dominant. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. Just before half-time. Why is Cooper... Right, Cooper's so slow. It's not entirely his fault. He's so slow. Then Archie Gray and Rodon don't talk to each other and don't clear it. Rotherham get a bit of luck with the way it drops. And then, obviously, it's a good finish. I don't think Meslier could have done anything, really, with that. I'm not blaming it all on Cooper. Let's just say that, because Cooper wasn't really massively at fault there. I will be back in a second. Get your comments in at halftime, and I'll answer them in a second. Right. We're back. Yep, now we have to start all over again. We did the same thing against Cardiff. Yeah, I mean, we've played really well. It's just we just need to actually concentrate on getting forward and getting another goal, really, to just say, yeah, look, you got lucky. This is how we play football. And then they'll go back to just leathering the ball forward again. But yeah, we really should have put another goal in, really, before that point. Glenn Hayes saying we're arrogant and complain. I don't think it's arrogance at all. I think it was just lucky, really, for them to get that opportunity after not really attacking at all. I don't think it's particularly arrogant or anything like that. I just think we've just had a lack of concentration and they've gone and scored. Jermaine Beckford just getting in there that Somerville was October Player of the Month. What a pass that was from Jorginho into Somerville, and what a great goal it was. Yeah, it was terrible defending, by the way, with their defensive line. Just playing Somerville onside. Oh, yeah. So Michael, I asked you to put this in at halftime, didn't you, about Archie Gray's Liverpool rumours? I agree with you. I don't think it happens. There's influence from his dad, his granddad, his great uncle, whatever Eddie Gray is to him, and I think there's also his agents as well. I'm pretty sure he's under the agency of Hayden Evans and Richard Cresswell, who's Charlie Cresswell's dad, obviously, and they seem to be pretty switched on and pretty level-headed and won't just try and get a Leeds player a move away. They'll probably try and keep players at Leeds because they're Leeds fans. And also, it's probably best for people like Archie Gray's career. I can't imagine he would go to Liverpool because you just wouldn't expect him to get any game time. If somebody like Bellingham had gone to the Premier League, I genuinely don't think he gets the game time that he got at Dortmund, and I don't think his career goes this way this soon. And I think German clubs and Spanish clubs are much more likely to give young players a chance. So if I was like on that trajectory, then and I had to make a move, it wouldn't be to a club in England, I don't think, if it was away from Leeds. If I had to, like I said, but yeah, I think there'll be a lot of good heads around Archie that'll keep him at Leeds. I mean, he's only 17 as well, isn't he? You wouldn't want to move away from home already. I don't know if it's attitude, maybe complacency, like thinking that we're dominating. We were, but yeah, I don't think it's arrogance or anything like that. I just think it's just, yeah, sometimes your concentration can drop, can't it, when you think you're doing that well. Hope you don't bring Alien on as well. Yeah, I hope Alien doesn't come on as well, because that's not going to make us any more solid at the back, is it? Calvin's move didn't go great by moving to Man City. Yeah, it didn't. So, yeah, it's lessons to be learned probably from that. I mean, he's won a treble, so kind of did what he wanted to do, but he would obviously like to have played more. But yeah, we really need to just go out there and score another goal. Farker went down the tunnel when they scored. A telling off is coming, me thinks. Well, hopefully he just kicks them into gear and they go and score a couple more, make it 3-1 or something, and then we can just relax a bit. But it's just annoying, isn't it? It just happening right before half time, and then you've got your whole second half is going to be different then. It's just annoying. Yeah, it's irritating, that, really annoying. But I don't think there'll be any substitutes at half time as well. Let's just say that there won't be any substitutes at half time. By the way, did anyone watch Dream Teams with Ollie? If you haven't watched Dream Teams with Ollie Ward that came out on Wednesday at 5, then after the game or after the live stream, go and give that a watch, because it's not getting anywhere near as much viewership as what the other ones are, and I don't know whether that's something to do with the YouTube algorithm or whatever. But if you get a chance to, go and check that out, because it's a really good episode and a good chat with Ollie. Ollie's a great lad. Rob Bailey saying we need to put teams to the sword earlier. Welcome, Rob. Have you only just joined the stream? Thanks, Karen. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the super chat. Texas Leeds saying loving the Dream Team segment. Not sure who I would pick, but Nigel Martin was the reason I became a goalie. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, as good a reason as any, isn't it? But yeah, I agree, Rob. We do need to. We had the chances in this game to score 2 or 3, and we fluffed them quite a few times. So we just need to put the ball in the back of the net, really, don't we? Oh, half times are annoying. I wish the players were just robots and they didn't have to take a break, so we could just watch the rest of the game. God, it just feels like forever done at half time when you just sat here waiting for it. In this second half, I think we just need to probe a little bit more. I think we need to try and play the ball into our midfielders, pop it back, drag players in, move it around, pop it back, pop it in, pop it back. Just keep playing those little bounce passes off midfielders. Opens up a little bit of space where players get dragged out, and then you can go. Then you can have that explosive go and counter-attack and go through. And I think we need a little bit more impetus in this second half of trying to get forward and trying to score, because really we know we're in a game now. It's 1-1 at half time, and we've got to go and win this game. So we've got to go and try and do it. I can't really show you my dog. She's in the other room, and yeah. Karen saying enjoying the Dream Team series. Interesting to see the players that are picked by your guests. Yeah, it's interesting because obviously Ollie's like, pretty sure Ollie's like 23, 22, 23. So he's even younger than me. So he only really remembers the EFL era, shall we call it. So obviously he's picked a lot of players who aren't as good as what maybe some of the other guests have had, but obviously they're a little bit older, so they remember different players. So it's interesting to see how everybody's memories of Leeds line up and who their favourite players are and the eras that they got into football and into Leeds, and who they actually liked at the time, and that's why they like Leeds. And yeah, it kind of builds up an idea of where Leeds fans got their Leeds education, if you will. So yeah, it's actually been really enjoyable doing them. But yeah, they've all done okay, apart from, for some reason, the Ollie one just is struggling a little bit, and I don't know why. I think it's something to do with the algorithm or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, hopefully people get on that after the stream and get it up a little bit. Their fans were booing their own team, and we have allowed them back in the game. Yeah, it's a good point, actually. Hopefully Peru can find the back of the net. He's had a lot of chances and just can't quite connect. Yeah, he has actually. He's had the chances to score, really, Peru, with that a really early header and the one he volleyed over the bar and other chances as well. And you just got to think, well, he's got to put one of these away. And if we carry on creating chances, he's will. And we've been dominating. I don't think we need to worry too much because we've been dominating. John Garside saying my dream team would be Nigel Martin, Kelly, Dorigo, Radaby, Fairclough, Sheridan, Batty, Speed, Pablo, Yeboah, JFH. What's JFH? I've gone blank here. It's a great team. Oh, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. Yeah, I went blank. Sorry, yeah. That's a great team. Fantastic team. Players are coming back out on the pitch now, guys, by the way. I think honestly we don't need to worry a massive amount. We're going to come out in this second half and just blast a goal back in the back of the net. Come on. I won't tell you what I said on my walk when Rotherham's company rhymed with clucking bell. Love that. We're just about to kick off for the second half here. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and 0.5, 0.25, 0.1, and we're off for the second half. Joe Rodon with it. Back to Melier. Now Cooper. Unchanged, by the way, at half-time, but if you missed it, this is the Leeds United lineup. Melier with the ball to Rodon. Then Rodon down the line to Dan James, who gives it to Peru. Peru tries to play a little reverse pass back to him, but it's cleared by Rotherham, and Joe Rodon can get there and turn away from his man and give the ball to Ampadu. Jesus, that was close to giving it to a Rotherham player. Somerville comes back, gives the ball to Ethan Ampadu, and Ampadu can look to go forward again, and he's going to give it to Peru, who's come deep into also the holding midfield position to pick that ball up. Then back to Cooper, down the line to Firpo. Firpo with a nice little pass around the corner to Somerville. Somerville does really well to take his man away from him. Tries to come inside the box. Good tackle. Thought it was a good tackle by Somerville. It's been adjudged as a foul, and Rotherham can clear the ball away again. Yeah, but then, maybe it's just the... I have been mixing it up, Rob, as well, to have like an older guest, a younger guest, an older guest, a younger guest. So Lockie may have a little bit of a similar team to Ollie, but then Joe will have a completely different team to Lockie, and then Joe will have a completely different team to Ollie, and then it kind of mixes up in that way. Cooper. Rodon. Plays it out wide to Dan James. Dan James looking for options. Gives it back to Gray. Gray to James again, and I think it's going to be a Leeds United throw-in. Should be a Leeds United throw-in. Yeah, it is. Rodon across to Cooper. Kamara back to Cooper. Cooper drives it forward. It's been tackled there, and it's going to go out for a Leeds throw-in. Firpo's going to get ready to take that. Ampadu. To Kamara, back to Ampadu. Looking forward now. Going to give it to Piru. Piru had been tackled, but the ball's gone back to Kamara, and then he tries to play a fizzed pass into the front man, but can't quite. Good tackle by Piru, and it's gone back to Joe Rodon again. Now Joe Rodon. Out wide to Archie Gray. Archie Gray tackled, and it's going to be a Rotherham throw-in somehow. Bramall's thrown it down the line, and then Joe Rodon battling here to try and get the ball away, and Archie Gray's taking that one out for a Rotherham throw-in just outside the Leeds box. Morrison going for the long throw again. Flicked on there, but headed away, and then tried to clear again by Leeds, and then fouled. Rodon is fouled there by Odofin, I think, the goal scorer. Yeah, no, we should just play in our home kit everywhere we go, shouldn't we? I've got to say, though, the socks being the peacock pattern is such a nice touch with this kit. Meslier into Ampadu, then back to Rodon. Rodon carries it forward, and then his pass is blocked, and handball, handball. Nombe just had his shot cleared off the line by Liam Cooper, but that was definitely a handball in the build-up. Oh my God, that was close. So Rodon tries to play his ball forward. It's just blocked and goes straight through to what we think is a Rotherham player, and then Ampadu tries to head it back to the goalkeeper, and it hits the Nombe, the Rotherham striker, and he curls it round the Meslier into an empty net, and it's cleared off the line. The corner comes in, and Meslier punches away. Now Dan James can try and go past his man, but he's got the ball to Kamara. Kamara takes it off him, tries to get the ball back to Dan James. Dan James tries to run round Lee Peltier and can't quite get past him. Was it Cooper who cleared it off the line? It was an excellent clearance, great positioning and awareness from him to do that. It's actually going to be... How is that not a throw-in to Leeds? Dan James has just been pulled down by his nostrils. It's a long ball over the top, and that was definitely offside, and now that's not been given either. Ball into the box from Rotherham, caught by Meslier this time. But I think there's a litany of errors by the officials in this game. In the last 5 minutes, we've had Nombe handballed it and then curled it round Meslier. Then we've just had Dan James pulled down by his teeth, and then that was a foul, and then they was offside as well. Somerville. Archie Gray. Back to Ampadu. Then to Cooper. Cooper into Somerville. Cooper across to Rodon. Dan James gets the ball back to Rodon, then across to Cooper. Leeds need to go and get a second goal here just to stop this this momentum from Rotherham. Ampadu. Little reverse pass back to Rodon. Rodon goes forward here. Nice ball into Dan James. Dan James should have gone the other way. He's done well to win the ball back, though, with that tackle, but he should have gone the other way. Then it was poor decision-making. Now Glenn Kamara gives the ball to Somerville. Somerville's going to give it back to Ampadu, and then Ampadu's going to look forward for a pass into Piru. Piru looking for options. To Kamara. Then Ampadu. Then across to Piru. Piru to Kamara. Then to Somerville. Now, Somerville tries to go into the box and he thinks he should have had a penalty. Then Firpo's in the box and he's then fouled. Then Ampadu on the edge of the box with the ball. Gets the ball back to Somerville. Somerville tries to pass it to Glenn Kamara and then Leeds recover possession again. Ampadu tries to squeeze it through and then it's lost again by Leeds. But then won back again by Leeds. Joe Rodon. Jorginho. Tries to turn but can't quite and then is fouled by a Rotherham player. Then he's having a go at the Rotherham player here, Ayala. I think, oh, he's gone down. Ruther, I think, here. I think that could have been a penalty on Somerville from Morrison, you know. I hope Jorginho's okay because he got a whack in the side then, and he's obviously nursing a bit of an injury in his abdomen. Cooper with a little touch forward. Nice little ball into Somerville and then cleared, and then it's hit Somerville and rolled all the way out for a goal kick. Oh, this is awful, isn't it? Just watching this back now, Ampadu, yeah, definitely a handball, and then he goes around the keeper, and then great block from Cooper there. Leeds are coming forward again here. Ball down the line towards Piru. It's been slide tackled out there, and it's going to be a Leeds throw in. No, they're all terrible, the referees in England in general. Premier League ones are, Championship ones are. Gray out wide to Dan James. Dan James tries to flick one round the corner for Archie Gray, but can't get through to him. But it is going to be a Leeds throw. Dan James gives that one all the way back to Cooper, and then Leeds are going to look to come forward again. Cooper out wide to Firpo. Oh, no, sorry, it's actually Somerville, and Firpo's gone beyond him. Now Somerville runs back towards the centre circle and tries to flick one over the top for Piru, who'd made a run, but it doesn't quite get to him. Joe Rodon into Kamara. Then back to Cooper. Cooper out wide to Firpo. This time it is Firpo. Gives it into Kamara. Back to Cooper. Leeds need a little bit of a sense of urgency here to go and try and get that goal and then have something to hang on to. Somerville cuts inside. Tries to have a shot. It's blocked and it's gone all the way out to Nombe, actually, near the halfway line. And then Rodon makes a tackle, and it's actually going to be it's going to be a Rotherham throw-in. I think this is a game where you wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of Anthony or Nonto coming on into this game and just trying to provide a little bit of something different, maybe for Dan James, because I don't think Dan James is having his best game. He can't really get into it. There's not that many. Oh, just as I said that, Isaac L saying the same thing. There's not that much space in behind in a game like this for somebody like Dan James, because they're playing so tight. Oh, nearly got through to Somerville there. Dan James's lofted clearance. Ball with Peltier all the way back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper again lumps it long. Cooper's going to try and win that header. It's a flick on one by Rotherham, and Archie Gray passes it back to Meslier, and Meslier sends it up to the halfway line. Rodon's just headed it straight back to a Rotherham player. I think Rodon's having a little bit of a struggle in terms of his fitness here, just because he's played during the international break. It's offside there, though, against Rotherham, so Leeds are going to get a free kick. Cooper to Rodon. Rodon carries the ball forward here. Gives it to Archie Gray and then back to Rodon again. Getting a little bit antsy now. I want Leeds to go and score a goal. Nice little ball from Jorginho back to Gray. Then back to Rodon, and Rodon's going to go back to Meslier and then come out the other side and go to Cooper. Cooper carries the ball forward here. Gives the ball to Kamara. Kamara can look to give it to Firpo. Firpo tries to play a little ball into Somerville, but it's gone all the way through to the goalkeeper. Looks like Bamford and Strauch are warming up. Nonto's warming up. I'm not sure I think Strauch's ready yet. I mean, I obviously don't know anything about it, but I just think he just probably give him another week. Great ball from Archie Gray down the line to Dan James. Dan James tries to get in the box and wins Leeds a corner. Come on, get this corner in the box. Big Liam Cooper header. Super duper Liam Cooper. Bang! Header. And then... Hello, actually. Yeah, he is up. I couldn't see whether Liam Cooper had actually come up then, but I think he was right in the middle of the screen. Somerville to take the corner then. Come on, Leeds. Somerville whips it in towards the penalty spot. Headed away. Now Archie Gray. Out wide again to Somerville out on the right-hand side. Somerville trying to take on his man, Bramall. Crosses it into the box and headed away. They're going to try and counter-attack here. But it's taken off them by Firpo and Archie Gray. Good combination of tackles there, and then the pass just doesn't go to Somerville, and Rotherham have the ball back again. Somebody's gone down and stayed down, I think, here. I'm not sure who it is. Oh, it's one of the Rotherham players. Yeah, looks like a Rotherham player's down here injured. And I'll worry about games like this because really the way we played in that first half, we should have been a few goals up by now. And we need to be winning games like this, and it is just a bit worrying. We should just go and get another goal, and just easier said than done, obviously, but yeah, I don't think it was actually a tackle that injured him then. I think it was afterwards. It was only a little sort of clip that Firpo got him. I feel like that wasn't what would have injured him. Unless he's just buying a bit of time here. Because that wouldn't send you down. Playing in our own half, too much passing around, doing nothing. Yeah, it's sometimes hard, though, to try and get the ball forward when a team is playing like Rotherham are, and we just need to try and look for those gaps, and it's easier said than done, but we're just go and score, please, Leeds. Go and score. It's going to be a drop ball, I think. I think the referee's going to drop it with Peltier. And I think he's going to send it long back to... oh, no, he's just going to send it long anyway to his own players. Onyedinma. Good tackle there by Firpo. I think it's going to, again, be Morrison that comes up and takes the long throw in. Surely, we can take advantage of this. If there's a long throw in, it's the centre-back that takes it. Surely there'll be a gap at the back where he's vacated to come and take this throw, and if we can break quickly enough, he won't be able to get back, and with less players to counter-attack against. But I suppose by the time you've defended it, their players got a hold of... Leeds with a really good chance to break here. Oh, the ball just comes off Pirou's shins as it's tackled against him, and Rotherham get the ball back, but Leeds would have had a good chance to break. Good tackle there by Archie Gray. Now Pirou not looking and gets the ball taken off him, but now we can come forward with it. Now Dan James. Dan James down the right-hand side tries to get the ball into Pirou again, but it's tackled away by Adofin, the goal scorer. Gray back to Rodon. Across to Cooper. Good ball from Jorginho down the line towards Firpo, but it's just shielded into touch for a Rotherham goal kick here. We've gone a bit stale, I think, so I think we need to make some substitutions, and I think that's probably what Farke's doing. At the moment, the lineup is still this. Pervader's warming up as well, actually. It's weird, I haven't really heard from Pervader in ages. Johansson sends that one long. Jorginho tries to flick it around the corner, but he's pushed as he does so he can't really get it to anyone. Firpo wins the header. Then Cooper tries to win a header, and it's gone to Nombe. Nombe tries to go down the right-hand side, looking for options here. Doffin loses the ball, and then Rodon can clear. Only to a Rotherham player now. Back to Onyedinma, and then Rathbone, I think. Then they're going to have to play it back, and I think they're going to have to go all the way back because Leeds are gaining yards here. Long ball forward from Morrison, and then a nice little header from Firpo means that Meslier can actually pick that one up. Yes, we need substitutions ASAP. Gives them time to settle in. Yeah, absolutely. They need a little bit of time to get up to game speed, and then they can make an impact. So I'll be thinking any minute now is when the substitutes need to come on and have that little bit of time to make a difference. I'm thinking primarily Nonto, for me, is probably the best one to bring on in this situation. Joe Rodon. Looking for options. He's actually going to have to go back to Meslier here. Meslier to Rodon. Rodon drives the ball forward here. Ball into Pirou and round the corner for Dan James. Almost squeezes through to Dan James there, and he would have been in. Now we're deaf in with the ball. Gets it back to Nombe down the left-hand side. Up against Archie Gray. He's got a man overlapping him, but comes back instead. Then out wide to the left back, Bramall. Back to Bramall again after the little 1-2. Good tackle by Leeds. Combination of Dan James and Jorginho Rutter, and it goes out for a Leeds throw in. I think we need to make substitutions now, please, Mr. Farker. Oh, just as I've said that, I think he's got Nonto, Bamford and Pervader all stripped off, ready to come on. Ayling's actually got a hot water bottle on the bench. I mean, to be fair, I actually don't blame him today because it was absolutely freezing. Obviously, I haven't been out since, but it was absolutely freezing earlier. It was horrible. Nonto on for James. Bamford probably for Pirou. Unless it's for Jorginho. Yeah, 24 for 9. So, yeah, it is Jorginho that's going to come off because obviously he's got his injuries. No, it's Bamford for Georgie, and then guessing Pervader will be for Somerville. Oh, Kamara's coming off. Pervader on for Firpo. So what's the formation then? I'm guessing it's going to be similar to what we did at Norwich, and Dan James is almost going to be playing as like a left wing back. Yeah, we'll have to see how it pans out, but at the moment it looks a little bit strange. Rodon with a long ball forward here. Bamford tries to bring it down. And then Pervader comes in for the tackle. And then Nonto, all three substitutes trying to get involved in winning that ball back. Then Rodon just heads that one into touch as it's cleared long. Good to have Nonto and Somerville on at the same time. Yeah, because I think they can link up well. Rathbone tries to get the ball in the box and it's blocked here by Archie Gray, and they're going to get a corner here. Oh no, they're going to get a goal. Well, Leeds are going to get a goal kick, which is good because Rotherham are decent from corners, I've heard. Gray, back to Rodon. Rodon's been a bit rusty tonight, I would say. Nombe is coming off, and this other bloke who I've never heard of is coming on. It's like changing to Southpaw, Farker's tactics. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, to be fair. I don't know who this player is coming on. Oh, is it Jordan Hugill? And then Lemba Kisa is coming on as well at fullback, I think. Ampadu. Back to Cooper and then back to Meslier in goal, and he's going to come out to Archie Gray on the right back position. Archie looks forward. Ball into Nonto. Then Archie Gray, Rodon, Cooper. Then Bamford picks the ball up on the halfway line. Goes out wide to Dan James. On the left-hand side now, Dan James is. Rodon with the ball out wide to Nonto. Nonto makes a run inside, gets a ball to Piru. Piru with a ball to Bamford. Bamford can't keep it under control. And then Leeds are in the box. Chance to shoot. Surely there's a penalty there in there somewhere. Dan James was taken down in the box there. Now Nonto cuts back across to Somerville. Somerville goes inside the box. Somerville is brought down now. Surely that's a penalty. Come on, give us something. And it's going to be a corner in the end to Leeds. How on earth has nothing been given to us then? Oh, Bamford just couldn't quite get onto Piru's pass. I think Peltier just 2 foots Dan James there, you know. Like scissors him, which is you're just not allowed to do. Poveda now. Poveda comes back to Archie Gray. Then across to Cooper. Come on, Leeds need to really put them under the cosh now. I think we are going to, but just get a goal, please. Now Poveda. Up against Lembakisa, the substitute. Comes inside Poveda, gets the ball to Somerville. Somerville's little flick isn't quite able to get through to Bamford and Piru, but it's actually now gone back to Piru. Piru inside the box, tries to shoot, curls it straight into the keeper's gloves. Really easy one for the keeper to save that. Johansson still hasn't taken his goal kick here. Now he does, sends it long. And it's going to go out for a Leeds throw in. Oh. Now Onyedinma. Good tackle there by Cooper, but Onyedinma's still got the ball and then away by Ampadu. Cooper's gone down here. But Leeds are able to break. Dan James cuts inside looking for an option. Tries to ping a ball out to the right-hand side, and he does. It's a great ball into Wilfred Nonto. Shoots just over the bar. Nonto probably should have passed it inside there, but he just went for the shot and it's gone over the bar. Dan James with an excellent pass there into Nonto, and Nonto's shot, it was a decent effort, but he's just blazed it over the bar, and really, he probably should have just took a touch and then put it inside, but he only had eyes for goal. But it's promising. It's promising. It shows that we can stretch them. He's got such a big head for such a small bloke. Long ball forward again from Johansson. Hugill brings it down. Peltier clips one forward here. It's going to be the free kick actually against Poveda, I think, here in the midfield. They're sending all the big lads up. Ayala, Morrison, Hugill, they're all in the box for this. And they're going to try and just lump it into the box. Rathbone to take. Sends it into the box. It's actually going to be a free kick to Leeds. Joe Rodden's going to take it quickly. Leeds are going to try and break here. Nonto. He's had to go backwards there. I think Nonto should have just tried to go forwards. I think he's got it in his locker to go past a man and then try and pass it. Cooper. Back to Rodon. 13 minutes here to try and save this 3 points. Gray goes back to Meslier. Meslier across to Cooper and then back to Rodon. I'm sick of saying that this game. We just need to go forward. Good ball from Rodon into Poveda. Poveda looking for an option here. Cuts inside. Tackled there and the ball's taken away from him. I just think he's a bit rusty, not up to match speed. Rathbone goes backwards to Lembakisa, I think he's called. And then now back to Morrison again. Forward to Onyedinma. Little 1-2 back to him. Onyedinma's gone past Cooper. Good save by Meslier, but Cooper is so easy to go past these days. Cooper's just too slow to... I can give Rotherham some credit in the second half because they've been decent, but in the first half they were awful. They they weren't even trying to go forward. They got their goal and they got a really what was quite a lucky goal against the run of play, and they then have come into the game, but really we should have been far and away. Good ball forward from Ampadu. Bamford's touch, he's offside anyway, but his touch went straight up in the air. Come on, Paddy. Get us a goal. Time's slowly running out. 11 minutes to go now. It's a bad touch anyway from Bamford. It was a good idea though. Pascal Struijk is now going to come on, even though he's just... Now Cooper's limping off. So we're bringing off a centre-back who's just got injured, Cooper, I think he's just holding his hamstring, for Struijk, who's also injured. Oh, yeah, Leeds should definitely be ahead. Johansson's going to lump this one forward again here. And he does. This time it goes all the way up towards the Leeds box and headed away by Rodon. And then Nonto wins the header, surprisingly. Now Dan James tries to flick one towards Somerville, but it's gone only to Lembakisa. And then Morrison sends it long over the top again, and Struijk can pick this one up and give it back to Meslier. Come on. Meslier back to Struijk. Kind of makes me cringe that he's got fresh scars and he's playing football. Struijk, that is. Somerville, back to Struijk. Into Rodon. Rodon across to Poveda. Then back to Archie Gray. Then back to Ampadu. Then Archie. Then to Nonto. Then Archie. Back to Ampadu. Now Ampadu across to Gray. Then Nonto. Down the line to Poveda. Poveda back to Gray. Then to Ampadu. Then back to Gray again. Then back to Ampadu. Come on. Ball with Bamford now. Bamford shoots from distance. Just past the post. See, I get that nothing was happening. You're just trying to trigger something to happen by doing that, but you've kind of got to look for the pass there, Bamford. Yeah, that's a red. Oh my God, I've just seen the Peltier thing back on Dan James. That's a red card and a penalty. Yes, he got the ball, but he went over the top of the ball right into Dan James's shins. That is a penalty and a red card. I'm sorry, it is. Archie Gray tries to come forward now, gets the ball into Peru, but it's been cleared away and it's actually going to be a Leeds United throw-in. or maybe even a free kick here. But that, yeah, if anybody's seen that replay back just then of Peltier's tackle on Dan James in the box, it's a red card and a penalty all day, every day. The refereeing in this division is awful, and now I'm even more annoyed because we should have had a penalty, although Bamford was on the pitch when that happened. So now Somerville looking for options here. Now Dan James tries to shoot, it's deflected, it's going to bounce through, and then Somerville tries to get there, and it's going to be a Leeds corner here. That decision is awful because that is a red card and a penalty. The commentator just mentioned that it happened in the Spurs game, and Romero got a red card for it. Referee just having a word here with some of the Rotherham players about holding in the box. Dan James clips a ball into the box. Headed by Strauch, just past the post. Oh, imagine if Strauch had just put that in the bottom corner. Come on, Leeds. Good, really good ball from Dan James. And, Strauch just can't quite hit the target there. He gets up, heads it well, and then just past the post. So close. Dan James has just come off. Jaden Anthony's come on. Jaden Anthony's just come on for Dan James. Come on. Bag us a goal, Jaden. Bramall with a bit of pace coming down this left-hand side. God, he is quick. Blocked by Nonto, and Nonto's annoyed because that's gone out for a corner, and they're dangerous from corners. God, imagine being a Rotherham fan. Rathbone with the corner into the box towards the back post, headed away, and then away by Archie Gray, but only as far as a Rotherham player. And they've won another corner. Come on, if we can get away from this corner and counter-attack. What size screen am I watching it on? 1 second. Corner comes in. Headed a 24-inch screen, but it's because it's my computer monitor, so. Strauch now. Ball to Rodon. Now Strauch again. Now Somerville. Now Anthony. Strauch. Ampadu. Ampadu with a long ball forward towards Bamford. Oh, he tries to gamble on the shoulder of Morrison, but he heads it away. And now Leeds can come forward again, though, with the ball. Anthony tries to keep that one, and I think it's going to be a Leeds throw in there, actually. Right by the corner flag. Somerville takes it to Strauch. Now to Piru. Piru tries to play a ball around the corner through the gap to Pervader, but can't quite. Now Archie Gray in a bit of a foot race against Onyedinma, but he's got Nonto in support. But then Bramall's overlapped, and then Rodon does really well to get that away. Now Jaden Anthony can drop it off to Strauch. Strauch's going to give it to Ampadu. Ampadu to Somerville. I can't imagine there's going to be much added time here as well, by the way. Nonto down the line to Pervader. Pervader cuts inside, looking for options. Goes outside and then back in again. Still keeps the ball. Curls the Wolves back post and it's headed away only as far as Lembakisa, who then tries to clear it and it's gone out for a Leeds throw-in just opposite the box. Ampadu with the ball. Now Pervader. Now Strauch. Out wide to Jaden Anthony. Jaden Anthony goes past Lembakisa, tries to get the ball in the box and it's cleared by Morrison, but not very well, only as far as Ampadu. Ampadu now with the ball, goes past his man. Then Bamford's touch is terrible and he loses the ball, and then that's precious seconds that we've lost. A ball going all the way back up to Meslier. Meslier to Strauch. Now Anthony. To Somerville. Somerville down the line. Pervader comes into the box, tries to get it across. It's deflected away. Now Archie Gray. Into Nonto. Nonto in the box. Tries to shoot. Goes across everyone. Yes! Oh, it's offside. Ha! How? It's offside. I don't think that was offside, you know. And if it's not, I'm going to be so annoyed. Does it touch Bamford? I think Bamford might have been offside, but I don't think he really touches it, does he? Five minutes added time. Nonto. Into Ampadu. Ampadu to Strauch. Strauch carries the ball forward now. Into Anthony. The offside goal scorer. Back to Ampadu. Across to Rodon. Leeds need to just get the ball up the pitch now. We've got 5 minutes left. Bamford manages to cancel out a levelling goal by straying offside. It was so close, but God, it's annoying. Somerville. Up against Lembakisa. Goes past him. Ball into Bamford. Bamford tries to play it around the corner. It's going to be a free kick to Leeds. How is that not a free kick, ref? Are you taking the mick? I'm sorry, but there's like a clear bias against Leeds here. This officiating is terrible. Ampadu. Ball across to Somerville. Somerville to Strauch. Strauch almost playing as a midfielder now. Jaden Anthony. Looking for a way to get the ball in the box here. Gives it back to Ampadu. Across to Nonto. Nonto's fouled here, and that definitely is a foul this time. You can't not give that one, can you? It's shooting range, yes, Don Goodman, but it's not going to go in from a shot, is it? Oh, God. Somerville and Peru over the ball. Bamford is actually trying to stand in the eyesight of the goalkeeper to try and put him off here. Bamford's allowed to stand wherever he wants, ref. You can't tell him off. I don't know why they're standing over the ball like this, as if they're going to actually score a direct free kick. It just direct free kicks just don't go in for Leeds. Somerville shoots way over the bar. I told you, what's the point? Just put it in the box. I'm sorry, but we can't score direct free kicks. We're terrible at them. And I don't know why Somerville was the one to take it. I don't know how you can get it that wrong. Pretty sure I just saw Luke from Ought to Know Better in the crowd there. That should have been Peru. It should have been the left-footed player to stand over the ball to curl it back in towards the far post, away from the goalkeeper. And he's a much better finisher of the ball. It should have been Peru, and then it was just terrible anyway. They've just made another substitution. I didn't pay attention to what his name was. Free kick to Leeds there, pushing the back from Hugh Gill. Ampadu. Into Somerville. Out wide to Jaden Anthony. To Ampadu. Back to Strauch. Down the line for Somerville. Somerville comes back inside again, looking for options. Gets the ball across to Archie Gray, but Nonto's going to have to pick it up because it's a bit of a loose pass as Somerville was under pressure. Now Nonto, looking for options, goes inside and out and then gets the ball to Poveda. Poveda's looking to get the ball in the box here. I don't know what he's going to do. Now Ampadu. Ampadu with a great ball into the box. It's headed away. And now Somerville. Somerville shoots straight at the goalkeeper. Probably, well, to be fair, you used to think that Rafinha would maybe put one in, but then they always used to hit the bar, didn't they? So probably you have to go back to Ian Hart when last time Leeds were actually looked like they were dangerous from direct free kicks. Which obviously is like 20 years, so... Oh, Gray's just had the ball taken off him by Onyedinma. Foul there from Archie Gray and Onyedinma. I think some of their defenders are coming up again, the big lads. I think their back line must have a combined age of about 400 years old. He's taken the free kick from in front of where the referee put the spot there, and he's had to put it back again now. Ball into the box from Bramall. Curls it towards the back post. Over everyone. And that's going to be full time. How depressing is that? Thanks everyone for joining me. I'm hissed off as well, Penny, to be fair. Yeah. It's not a loss, but bloody hell, it would have been nice to win, wouldn't it? That's not great at all, is it? Disappointing, really disappointing. We should have won that. In the first half, we should have won that. Then Dillian White scored against us, and we've gone and drawn the game. It feels like a loss. It feels like a loss, but we've drawn. We should have had a penalty. Guaranteed, we should have had a penalty. The way that Lee Peltier went over the top of the ball there, it's just horrendous. Yeah, hit that like button. Like John says, thanks for reminding me, John. Yeah, hit the like button. There's 102 of you. Hit the like button. And then also, just as a reminder, go and watch Dream Teams with Ollie Ward, please. Do me a favour. Go and watch... go and watch Dream Teams with Ollie Ward on my channel. You'll see me at some point during the weekend, probably on somebody else's channel, Joe's or something like that. And then I'll probably be back with another Dream Teams next Wednesday as well. So yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time on Leeds Lately.